WF Meyers has been in business since 1888. We've been making diamond segments for a long time. But we recently changed our method, and the data shows that was a good change. I'll explain why in a bit. First, if you're in the stone business, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to this channel. I put out a new video every Friday, so subscribe, make sure you stay informed. Now, let's get into why we made that change. First, high-level overview. Any press process, there are two steps. First, a segment has to be cold pressed, and that allows it to be loaded into the second step, which is the hot press. And the hot press uses greater pressure and temperature to get a segment ready to cut stone. Most people make segments the way we used to, which is by frame sintering. In this process, you load up a bunch of segments into one frame, and you put that frame into a sintering press, which presses all the segments at once in a frame. At WF Meyers, we use a single segment sintering press, and this presses one segment at a time. And it's newer technology. This machine is one of only 28 in the world. And the upside to doing one segment at a time is it's much more accurate. And I'll show you some data on that in a second. In a frame, if one of the segments is too heavy, too light, too big, too small, that affects how every single segment in the frame is pressed. Here you can see some data. And this is our frame centered segment. And you can see how our hardnesses and our weights are all over the place. And the data is aligned to show the shape of the segments in the frame. We wanted to do some analysis to see if there was a particular portion of the frame that was affected or if the problems were all over. And we didn't find any consistency from frame to frame, and no real correlation between segment weight and going in and hardness coming out. So now let's take a look at our single segment sintering press data. And the data we just looked at for the frame sintering was all taken in one frame, right? So the data we're looking at here is from multiple runs across multiple days and multiple batches. And you're seeing that our desired hardness is a lot closer and a lot more consistent to what we're shooting for. So this is going to lead to increased consistency in our tools in the field because the hardness is the same and you're getting the same thing over and over repeatably. Now that you've seen the data and you understand the process, you can see why WF Meyers made the change and why single segment sintering is superior to frame sintering. So thank you for watching. If you are in the stone industry, please, again, I ask, subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned so you don't miss anything. I put out a new video every Friday. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking the time, and I'll catch you next time.